never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
The past is gone. Now's the future.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Review. My name is Mike Larkin, and by my side this time is the one, the only Daniel Crimmins. Paul, we will see if he does join us. If he does not, we will have a two-man show here. But Paul has a lot of stuff that he put out into the universe that we're going to talk to in today's show. It's always a collective and trio here. So we'll have some news, we'll have some notes, and we'll have some returns that lit the world on fire. Let's light it up. But we'll save that one. But we'll save that one for the end of the show. Well, speaking of we'll mention this first. Congratulations to the newlywed couple of MJF and Alicia Toot. Alicia Feinstein, Alicia Friedman, if you will. First of all, congratulations to both of them. Mrs. Tits McGee and MJF are married, which is awesome.
Good for them.
Now, did you see Tony Khan in that photo, which will be inserted here? Tony Khan with his little leather jacket, just looking like a dimwit that he does. I'm sorry, he just looks so out of place with all the wrestlers and whatnot. Oh, are you happy?
Do you remember when he was at Sammy's wedding?
Oh God, yeah, that too. And he was doing the fucking cha-cha slide or whatever the fuck he was doing. Good God. What is wrong with that man? I'm sorry. I mean, you don't see Vince McMahon going to talents' weddings or Triple H going to talents' weddings. That's why I laugh at that.
Well, I don't think anyone would want Vince at their wedding.
Well, yeah, that too. I'm saying back in the day. I'm talking about right now, man.
Well, even back in the day, I can't think of many that would. Besides
The Undertaker and the top guys, yeah, I don't think anybody would want him at the wedding. But that's the thing. I think there's a fine line between boss and why are the bosses going to your wedding? You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Maybe paid for it.
I'll pay you.
I'll pay you. Let me come to your wedding. I'll pay you.
Here comes the bride. All right, so let's get into the first border of business. Oh my goodness gracious, Daniel Crimmins.
Well, I don't know. There was something on Twitter or X, and I saw. I can't find it since.
Yeah.
Somebody were like, "Look at Tony hanging out with the baby faces." They were mocking something, and they're like, "That was a Bill Watts, explanation of kayfabe."
Yes, I saw. So if you had not seen the photo, it's Tony around all the baby faces. There's Daniel Garcia, MJF, Hangman Page, and all these talent at MJF's wedding, and there's Tony smack dab in the middle. And speaking of I'll pay you, let's go to this first before we get to the Bully Ray Ricochet shiznit. So Matt Riddle, who is an absolute piece of crap, he put out all those videos talking about, there was no charity show in the UK. Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? They're all lying. There was nothing there. They're all lying. You fucking marks, blah, blah, blah. You saw the videos that he put out where he looked like he was out of his mind.
Yeah.
And then Grado had to replace him in the event. So the big thing that came out of this now is this right here, Daniel Crimmins, and I will read this for everybody. Global Wrestling Kingdom has announced that Matt Riddle has paid back his deposit after no showing a charity wrestling event in Barnsley on Sunday, August the 31st. And it reads, Mr. Riddle has now paid his deposit and has given us his word that he will reimburse his expenses too. We have not made any public statement on this unfortunate situation, but we think it's important to set the record clear on Mr. Riddle's claims. His flights were booked and approved by his manager back in April. No issue was raised at the time. We originally planned to coincide. Thank you. His appearance with some seminars, but his manager asked if we could share his weekend with a promoter in Paris who wanted to book him on the Saturday, which we agreed to. Unfortunately, they decided that they couldn't work with him. We did make efforts to see if we could help him get booked elsewhere, but to no availability. We simply can't force promotions or gyms to work with him if they don't wish to. After months of chasing his manager for a promised promo, hyping up the event, he eventually sent us one the Wednesday prior to the show. We wished him a safe flight on Thursday, but got no response. No issue of the flight was raised. We informed him the name of his driver on Friday morning, but got no response. Again, no issue was raised regarding his flight, nor did he let us know that he was planning on not showing up. After his driver waited several hours at the airport for him, we asked him where he was, but didn't get a reply back until Friday evening. Only then did he tell us he was unhappy with his flight and decided to take other bookings instead. We implored him to try and get a flight over as fans had paid to see him. He was reminded again that this was a charity event for survivors of bereavement by suicide and help for homeless veterans, which was announced on our social media pages back in July. We received no response from Mr. Riddle whatsoever until yesterday afternoon, 3 days after the event. In his many videos, he stated that his flights didn't include meals. Screenshots clearly showed that 2 meals were included in his flight. These screenshots were sent to him on Friday night. No seats were allocated because this is done once you check in online, but Mr. Riddle hadn't done. Any issues with luggage could have been quickly sorted out by a quick message or phone call. It is incredibly disappointing that this happened, but we would like to focus on the positive and heap massive praise on all the talent fans who showed up on Sunday. All the fans and talents backstage were incredibly positive, and the reaction of the crowd when Grado's music hit nearly knocked us out of our chairs. Grado truly is the man. And that was a screenshot of Matt Riddle in that video, who looks out of his absolute fucking mind. And the other thing that came out of it was a pop culture convention canceled Matt Riddle's scheduled appearance in light of his online comments. So he was supposed to be at this pop culture event at the Super XCon here, the Su XCon or whatever it is, and they canceled his appearance because of what he said online. So Matt lost a pop culture convention cancellation and the fact that, you know, all of this online about his charity and whatnot. So that is the latest on Matt Riddle. At least he did pay the deposit back. But what are your thoughts on this whole thing,
You know, it's really quite unfortunate. And we don't know. We know what he's put out there.
Yes.
We don't know the actual story, you know, and I'm not, you know, trying to defend him. I'm not. But his whole thing, like,
you marks.
I don't know. I think he in the past had been trying to angle to get into back to WWE or AEW. No one's going to touch him.
I mean, the only thing that's really touched him is Wrath, good old Real American Freestyle Wrestling that he's interested in fighting. I know he does OnlyFans, and I mean, but my thing is, too, he's a liability. I know he did MLW. I know he's done some work in Japan, but I cannot see TNA saying, you know what, we need Matt Riddle. I don't see AEW picking him up. I don't. I'm sorry. I think he's too much of a liability, and with actions like that, would anybody really want to work with him? No.
I mean, you can't tell me that shit with Rollins wasn't partly legit.
No, I honestly think like they wanted to make it look real, but I think at a part of it was real because let's be honest with ourselves here. With what he also said about AJ Lee is the other part of it. Like in that interview where he's like, oh yeah, I know, I heard she got around. And I'm like, bro, this is you who your kids, much like the Seth Rollins promo, your kids, you can't even see your kids anymore. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Talk about people sleeping around and CM Punk's a bitch and whatnot. And it's like, Matt.
Like, didn't you sleep around, dude?
You did sleep around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
didn't you cheat on your wife with an adult film star?
You cheated on your wife with a professional wrestler? Well, not the adult star. That was the professional wrestler. Another professional wrestler. That was a different person.
Oh, okay.
Wrong one. But no, his wife is an adult film star now. Shout out to Misha Montana. She's cool. But no, like that other one, but that was during the Me Too movement when that wrestler came out and said that stuff about him. And then,
that's right.
Yeah, for those that don't know, it's out there. Candy Cartwright, who is a professional wrestler, had claimed stuff about Matt Riddle during the Me Too movement, and there were screenshots. And Matt Riddle had admitted that he did have sex with her, but it was not like, you know, he did what he did to her out of the Me Too stuff and what that movement was about. So you did cheat on your wife, Matt. You did cheat on your wife. I don't care if you didn't want her anymore, the advances were stopped, and you didn't want the advances, you still did the deed, man. You still did the deed. So, yeah, he has a whole lot of baggage, and you want to go at CM Punk and AJ Lee. Okay.
You know, look, everyone knows Punk has made no gripes, you know, trying to say that he's not, you know, what he is. I mean, he's been like, yeah, I did this, I did that. And
he knows he was a pain in the ass.
I mean, he's even said, as far as the AEW stuff, he said there's things he could have done differently.
Yeah. But the problem is, and we'll get to Tony in a little bit here, but it's one of those things where it's just like, bro, like, this is the reason why. And again, I think Matt Riddle has the talent in the world. I've always enjoyed his work as a wrestler and a fighter. He's a tough son of a bitch. But with how he acts, is not going to do well in bold for him for his future booking.
I mean, let's see. I just want to see how old the dude is.
Yeah, so Matt Riddle is, we'll take a look here. Matt
He
Riddle
is 39.
39, so he's almost 40.
Dude, it's time to grow up.
Yeah, exactly. You fucking marks, you sheets. Well, don't be a dingus. How about that, man? Don't be a dingus. So, speaking of dinguses, we now go to the Bully Ray Ricochet feud. Are you ready for this? So Bully Ray put out a tweet that sent the sickos in a rye, and Bully Ray would say, and I quote, "Unfortunate, but AEW as a product is lost. There's certainly some bright spots, talent, but as a company lacks definitive direction. Is what it is, a company owned and operated by a fan with lots of money. TK, good guy, good heart, not a booker, and the boys know it." And then Ricochet would tweet right under this and say, "And the boys know it, what an ignorant thing to say." So it continues. So, and here are some of the screenshots of more of Bully Ray and Ricochet here. So under it, he would write, "And the boys know it, what an ignorant thing to say." And then this dude over here would say, "Unfortunate, but busted open as a product is lost. There's no bright spots as a podcast, lacks definitive direction. Is what it is, a podcast that turned against AEW once they were possibly paid by WWE, and the boys know it." So you see a lot of these screenshots here that really showcase what happened with Bully Ray. And then we'll get to this one over here. It's just, Ricochet just cannot keep his mouth shut. So here is what else happened here. Some fan wrote, "Nobody gives a fuck your gymnastics shit. You scamming daddy's little billionaire. Where do you think Vince got his money to buy his dad's company?" Jesus. And then, again, the boys know what an ignorant thing to say. It just turned into this whole thing. And Ricochet also said this as well, responding to a fan. And this one I thought was hilarious because they were talking about matches and stuff. And Ricochet would write, "Because it's not another Roman versus Seth, or another Punk versus Drew, or another Sheamus versus Miro, or another Seth versus Punk, or another Drew versus Seth. I could keep going." Ricochet, the bout that we have now at All Out with Ricochet in the Gates of Agony against the Hurt Syndicate literally was something that they did 8 months ago, and then it just went away. It was a throwaway segment when he got looked like a cuck. And then this week on friggin' AEW, you see MVP talk about Ricochet and facing him in the ring, which is a callback to 5 years ago during the pandemic era, where fucking Ricochet and Cedric Alexander were feuding with the Hurt Business, and that was when Cedric turned on Ricochet to join the Hurt Business. But here's the one problem that negates everything that he said. Cedric could be involved in this, but the problem is Cedric is signed to TNA. So all of that goes out the window. So now you have 8 months ago of him looking like a cuck in a throwaway segment, now to Ricochet in the Gates of Agony against the Hurt Syndicate. And I'm going to ask you first before I ask you about this comments. Are you looking forward to Ricochet in the Gates of Agony against the Hurt Syndicate?
No.
And number two, what are your thoughts on his comments to Bully Ray and Bully Ray's overall comments itself about AEW?
Just because somebody says something, you don't need to respond.
Yep.
I mean, if they call you out,
yeah, but he didn't.
You can and should show up.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yep. I know who you're talking about.
But in this instance, it had nothing to do with Ricochet. When people rip on Triple H, does Roman respond? Does Cody respond? Does Seth, Punk, any of them respond?
No, they ignore it.
Exactly. Like, and this is, I've said it to you and Paul, I'll say it again. You've noticed Tony isn't as active on, making the anti-WWE comments and getting into it with fans as much anymore. He's got his talent to do it.
It's one of those things where, like, I think Tony knows that if he goes on social media, it's just going to become way, way worse if he continues on.
It's a bad look.
It's a bad look, but also at the same time, too, he's trying to keep his cool, but you have to think in his mind with everything that's going on with him in WWE and the counteractive of WrestlePalooza and All Out, it's one of those things where it's just like, Jesus, man, like, fuck. Like, I look at it from a stance like this. It's like he's doing the right thing by keeping his mouth shut, but also at the same time too, it's just like you got to stop just acting the way you're acting, because it has a reaction to everything, and it's just like, fucking why? You know what I'm saying? That's the big deal. But people need to learn to just like ignore shit. That's the problem in today's society. We always have to have response. Like you mentioned, if he mentions you or calls you out, I understand that. But Ricochet just siding into fucking to Bully Ray's thing is just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean, if they call you out and you don't show up,
yeah,
you're a bit of a bitch.
Kind of a bitch, man. Speaking of bitch, everybody's calling Tony Khan a bitch because AEW's All Out has moved Saturday, September 20th. It was originally at 8 p.m. Eastern. Well, I'm sorry, 7 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern, one of those times. WrestlePalooza's at 7. AEW is going to be at 8. So since all of that, Tony caved, and now All Out Toronto will be held Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So WrestlePalooza will air at 7 p.m., and All Out will air at 3 p.m. And it will also be the first AEW pay-per-view available on HBO Max at a discounted rate of $39.99 for subscribers on HBO Max. Your thoughts, Daniel?
Not a bad price. I mean, it's as far as switching time. I mean, as a fan, I fucking love it.
Yeah, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening.
Yeah, like, do more of this.
So his whole thing about it was pretty much, he was saying, Tony said that the reason they did this was the success of Forbidden Door and how that went when they did it in the afternoon.
No,
do you think that? Thank you. I was about to say, is that a cover up, or you think he just bitched out?
I think he bitched out. I mean, it's, you know,
he knew he was going to get killed.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think when you see, okay, you've got AJ Lee coming back, you've got CM Punk
back together.
You got them. You got, because why the fuck would you not keep Jey Uso in the world title picture? But I digress.
Yeah.
So if you look at it, what are his options? Could he have said, hey, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to keep doing this. Doesn't make much sense, but, you know, could have.
Yeah, and I mean, the card so far, like we mentioned thus far for All Out, we have 2 matches that we now know. It is Cope and Christian against FTR, which we knew that was a gimme. And then we have the Gates of Agony against the and Ricochet against the Hurt Syndicate. And I'm sure there's, going to be more. But the one I do have to ask you about that is on this card, since we are talking about All Out, Mercedes Moné has a new challenger for the TBS Championship. And her name is Riho. Are you excited for Mercedes Moné and Riho?
We already know how it's going to end, so.
Yeah, you know. Well, you know what it is, too? Like, we're running out of challengers, and I'm thinking, okay, she's talked crap about Alex Windsor, and we're going to get that match at fucking All Out. But no, we have Mercedes beat Alex Windsor this week on Dynamite, and then Riho comes out to make the save. And Riho, who hasn't been seen on TV and AEW in a year and a half, hasn't been relevant since 2019 and 2020 when she was the inaugural AEW World's Women's Champion. And just like, who cares? Like, is that what we're doing? We're going to bring people from the past and Riho back? Like, do you think it's going to be a good match? Because you have Stephanie Vaquer and Io on WrestlePalooza, and to counteract that, you got Mercedes Moné and Riho. I don't get it, man.
And, you know, as far as the whole Cope and Christian...
Cope?
You know what would not shock me?
What's that?
Cope turns on Christian and helps FTR and turns heel.
Oh, rated FTR as the heel team. I see you.
It wouldn't shock me.
Do you feel like it's just this booking going into All Out? Do you think he's kind of given up? Because this week they did 472,000 viewers on fucking their show. Like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
So here's something that kind of really fucking irritates me with fan bases. And you know I've called out the WWE fan base.
Oh, yeah.
So you have the AEW diehards, the sickos, will rail against WWE for doing nostalgia shit.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do you call Cope and Christian back together?
Nostalgia.
What do you call even Cope in AEW at all? Nostalgia. bringing CM Punk back.
Nostalgia. The Hardys and Team 3D and TNA is a nostalgia thing, but that's going to end. Like, they're not going to continue this.
It's business.
It's a business.
Nostalgia sells.
It does. Like, people complaining about the Hardys and Team 3D having a tables match at Bound for Glory 25 years later after their first one. Who cares? That's how they're going to end it. It's the last time ever. You got to do it big.
Yeah. Devon has said he wants one last match.
And they're going to get it. And it doesn't hurt the Dudleys if they lose their last match to the Hardy Boys.
And they probably will, realistically.
And they probably will. Like, but that's the thing. And AJ Styles coming back to TNA sold because it's like, oh my God, AJ Styles, who hasn't been in TNA since 2014, came back at Slammiversary. And I think he's going to wrestle a match in TNA. I genuinely think he will.
I do think it was funny that he came out to Get Ready to Fly, even though he
hates that song. Yeah, that song. That cracked me up too, but that's the thing, man. Like you mentioned, nostalgia sells, and I mean, with everything that they got going on now, I mean, Adam Page and what we're doing with the world title situation. I know they took out Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega also addressed the rumors of that he's taking time off. It's like, no, I'm getting the proper tests so I can be at my best and stay positive as far as my health goes. It's like they're putting out bullshit reports about Kenny, and it's like, fuck. Like, come on, man. The guy went through a lot within his health. He's trying to make sure he's okay so he can compete at the best of his abilities.
Yeah. Like, diverticulitis is not something to fuck with.
No. And that's the thing, man. And the other thing to not to fuck with is Wade Barrett, because this week we did find out that Michael Cole and Corey Graves are going to be the team for Raw and SmackDown going forward as of right now. But everybody was speculating because of what Wade Barrett said on the pre-show and Nikki Bella responding to it, which it wasn't anything bad. It was just Wade Barrett being Wade Barrett, like a heel commentator, heel analysis. I had no problem with what he said. And then Nikki had to address it on the Nikki and Brie podcast. And then Brie didn't help matters by, being pissy. So they talked and they're now squared away. And then Wade Barrett had to address the sheets and pretty much said, hey man, that's bullshit. I'm just taking some time away that I had scheduled 9 months in advance. So I'm going to be going away for a little bit. Michael Cole and Corey Graves are going to be the team, which is perfect because they work well together.
As I've said before, I will say it again. Give me Booker T on Raw.
So do you like Michael Cole? Yeah. Do you like Michael Cole and Corey Graves as the announced team for Raw and SmackDown now?
Yeah, they're entertaining. It's still. I remember a time when Michael Cole was probably the most hated commentator in the world.
And now everybody loves him because he can let loose.
You can tell the dude is having the time of his life.
You put Michael Cole with Corey Graves, Wade Barrett, whomever, he's going to make it work. He is. And Joe Tessitore is doing college football now.
Yeah.
So he's going to be not around for a while. So having Michael Cole and Corey, who thankfully Corey Graves shut his fucking mouth because that got him back to where he is now. Like, Corey, don't freak out again like you did with NXT. Like, Corey, don't do that.
I think they told him, they're probably like, dude,
you want a job here?
Like,
bro,
can you not?
Can you not? Like, it's not a demotion to be on NXT. It's not. Just for the record. So I think the best place to go now here is we talked about WrestlePalooza and All Out being on the same day, one in the afternoon, one in the evening. Let's go to something else that a lot of people were talking about, and it's that time. It's that time. It's not Vader time, but it's the Uncle Dave and Brian time. It's the Uncle Dave and Brian hour. You're with me now.
Well, you see, ratings are actually not a good thing.
So
you know, Netflix, they inflate their numbers.
Yes, Dave. So shut the fuck up, bro. So Uncle Dave, bro, and Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez were debating about Dynamite and as well as WrestlePalooza and as well as All Out. So here we go.
This is the thing with AEW. The reason they took off is because they got a huge number of fans who hated WWE and were sick of it. Okay. Couple of years later, WWE kind of started turning around and some people started going back and watching WWE again. Okay. You know, as well as I do, that there are a large number of AEW fans who are not going to watch a WWE show no matter what.
If we're looking at best case scenario, they'll lose $600,000 on it. If we're looking at a
No, a best case scenario is they don't lose any viewers.
they're not going to not lose any viewers. That's impossible.
No, it's not. It is not impossible for them to not lose any of the people who are going to buy this pay-per-view. It's
not impossible. That's ridiculous. It's
Dave,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous because
you won't find one person who wants to buy an AEW pay-per-view that is not going to buy it to watch Brock Lesnar and John Cena. You will not find one. There's not one.
There's absolutely no way. There's absolutely no way. When two pay-per-views are head-to-head and one has the bigger stars, it's a star-driven business. It's always been a star-driven business. John Cena is a star. If you want to play that game, why don't you wait until you have the show to play that game?
He's the booker, dude. We have two matches announced.
He doesn't have the card. He doesn't have the card. Too many guys are hurt, and he doesn't have the card. If he had the card that he had for All In, maybe if he had the card he had for All In, I wouldn't advise it. And he didn't do it for All In. He did the smart move and ended up with the fourth biggest buy rate he ever had because he didn't go head to head. But when you have a weak card, or a weaker card than your opposition star power wise, and you're the number 2 promotion already, it's not the right move at all. Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher, man, that's not the match. That's not the match when you're going to go head to head. I mean, if it's Jon Moxley and Adam Page with like a 6-month storyline, maybe that's the time to do it. I mean, if you want to do an experiment when you have a chance of winning the swing vote. This is one where you're not going to win the swing vote. It's the wrong time.
Uncle Dave makes sense.
I fucking hate that I agree with him. But
Brian took the L. Brian, take the L in that one.
Like, in this regard, Dave's right. Like,
yes,
it's sharp. The problem is All In. No, this is All Out coming up, right?
All Out, yep.
All In was kind of, I mean, weak card, good show.
Good show.
Moving the time slot of the show, it's the right call. If you had kept them going back to back, head to head, yeah, you would have people that are going to buy AEW, have no interest in watching, WrestlePalooza, regardless of who's on it.
Right.
Moving it made sense, especially with AJ Lee back, and people are like, "Oh, that's not that big of a thing."
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. This is
the first time that she's wrestled in 10 years.
Yeah, last match was WrestleMania.
By the way, I called that.
Yes, we'll get to that.
I called this back in fucking February.
We'll get to
that. Then.
We'll get to that to the end of the show. My counter to you, my counter to you saying that, Mr. Told You So, is like we mentioned, AJ Lee being a big deal.
Oh yeah.
My point also as well is these are the sickos that are like, nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar versus John Cena in 2025. Yeah, they fucking do, because it's John Cena's retirement tour, and one of his biggest rivals and someone who he came up with through the OVW class of 2002 was Brock Lesnar. And the last time that they wrestled was 11 years ago, and one of the most memorable SummerSlam matches ever, where Brock Lesnar absolutely mollywopped John Cena. And now, 11 years later, John Cena is going to get his lick back and beat Brock Lesnar. And people want to see. That's a marquee match. Say what you will about Brock Lesnar. Morally, he's a piece of shit. But legally, he got cleared because he didn't do the deed. And it draws. He's a box office draw, even though he's a shithead. And I'll say first and foremost, we've said it here, he's a shithead for what he did. But it works for John Cena's retirement tour. John Cena should not lose from here on out on this retirement tour, since we're back to the babyface run. So John Cena and Brock is a draw. Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky, which the storyline being what's going to happen because of the Rhea Asuka situation and what's going to happen with all of them. You also have the fact that these two, every time they wrestled, have had a non-finish, so somebody has to win now. And if I'm being completely honest with you, dude, I think it's going to be Io, because I think we're going to get Io and Asuka for the title, and I think it's too soon for Vaquer, and I love Stephanie Vaquer, but I think
Stephanie Velcro.
Velveeta. I think is good. We're gonna have a nice little chase for her. But you have a stacked show like this, and again, like Dave, and I hate the fact that Dave is writing this. The Adam Page and Kyle Fletcher is not something, man. I got to see that main event, and I don't need
Dynamite.
That's a Dynamite match, and I like Kyle Fletcher, but it's not. It's not the time for him to be going for the world title. It's too soon.
It's not the time for that, and likewise, he shouldn't be losing.
Right. He's going to beat Mark Briscoe. We know that's going to happen. He was going to beat Mark Briscoe. But it's just like, yeah. And they haven't done anything with Wardlow. You seen Wardlow ever since he joined the John Callis family? What the fuck was that? Haven't done anything with Wardlow.
No.
God. It's just so ridiculous.
Have they done anything with Luchasaurus?
Ever since he lost at All In? No.
Yeah.
No. No. Why would we do that?
And we're gonna add time to Danhausen's contract because he wants to fucking go.
Oh, you know he wants to go, but he's hurt. We got to keep him.
So much for being the anti-Vince.
Yeah, it's fucking Vince all over again. And then we have to have Mercedes, like I mentioned. Mercedes Moné is going to beat Riho. I think what also pissed me off, Tony Storm was like, is there any challenger that wants to face me for my title? They did an angle where Thekla took her out. Like Tony Storm and Thekla is an interesting matchup, but I don't think that's a big marquee match. I honestly think he's going to bring somebody from who was just in WWE. I don't think it's going to be Isla Dawn because we saw Isla Dawn at the Scotland taping lose to Megan Bayne. I think if you're going to do somebody, Dakota Kai is a name that kind of sticks out to me. I could see Tony Storm and Dakota Kai. That would be something, but I don't know, man. Like they have no idea what they're doing with Tony Storm. They really don't. Because they have everybody. I think when you have Mercedes talking about the 10th title, I honestly see her getting her lick back and beating Tony for the title. I think that's what it's going to lead to. And she's going to have 10 belts. But fuck, man, they are so completely lost. And I mean, I'm going to add Bully Ray statements. It's not that. It's the booker. Because Tony is just so fakaked in what he's doing. But he thinks what he's doing is great storytelling.
Such good shit.
Such good shit. Well, we talked about Dave taking a win in that debate, right? Well, Dave's about to take an L from Taz. Dave Meltzer got into it with Taz on social media. Here we go. So Taz would write on social media addressing a fan, we thought your induction would be on TV because, congrats to Taz for going to the Hall of Fame, the 2300 Arena. You saw him, his son Hook, everybody honored Taz at the ECW Arena, right? So a fan asked him, why wouldn't it be on TV? And Taz wrote, nah, as per my request, no need to have it on TV. We have lots of current in-ring wrestlers that should get the TV time. This isn't about me. It's 2025. I've been retired for years. I do not want or need anyone's TV time, not how I'm wired. Which perfect response. Absolutely professional. They did it on the AEW YouTube channel. They did a nice little segment at it, right? Social media views, it got the recognition it deserves. So you think that's a great response, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's Dave. I strongly disagree. I get your sentiment. It is about the future, but sometimes you want to honor and reflect on the past. And then Taz would write back to Dave Meltzer saying, so you're disagreeing with what they would call my moment and how I prefer to have it done. Ha, come on. People watching programming much different than years ago. People can still see it. It's all online. I never want to take TV time away from anyone that's still bumping or younger than me. That's just how I feel for a long time, and that ain't changing. No ego or insecurities for me. So, Dave, be quiet. Bottom line, Dave, be quiet.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This moment was for Taz.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Taz choice. I'm sure Tony went to Taz and said, hey, we can do this on TV. And I'm sure Taz said, hey, no. I don't need it.
Do it after the show.
It's his choice.
Like, shut up. Shut up. Dave.
The sad thing is, people pay money for Meltzer's bullshit.
That is $15 a month, good sir.
I could think of better things to spend $15 on, but hey.
This is true. This is very true. I just don't understand. I don't understand that man's mindset. Speaking of someone's mindset, I don't get at all. Are you ready for this? Man, goddamn Ronda Rousey just can't.
Oh, fucking God.
That was fucking horrible. So let's get to Ronda Rousey's friggin' things. Let's start first with the Alexa Bliss comments. So she was on a recent show, The Laps Fan, and she found it ridiculous that WWE had her wrestling Alexa Bliss due to Bliss being the top merchandise seller at the time. She wrote, and I quote, "The fact that they had me fighting Alexa Bliss and all was fucking ridiculous. And you want to know why they had me against Alexa Bliss? Because she had the most merch sales at the time. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's your decision-making process." Ronda, it's called the business. Like, they're going to put you with the top star. Like, hello, Ronda. Like, Alexa Bliss was the chicken shit heel. That guy, if you remember the storyline, 2018, she cashed in on the match with you and Nia at Money in the Bank, took the title, and then they put you with Alexa, and then you won the title at SummerSlam because she was the chicken shit heel, and she's a great heel to your babyface, and they're pushing you because you just walked in the door, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. Like, hello, Ronda. Hello. Oh, God, this woman is just so dumb. Dumb. You want to comment on what she had to say about Alexa Bliss?
That's how the business fucking works.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Bray Wyatt, when he was the Fiend,
Yes.
he became undeniable when he started moving massive amounts of merch.
Yep.
They put him. They gave him the Universal title.
They did. Absolutely.
And that's what he did. R-Truth was selling massive merch, and then they brought him back because they fired him.
Mm-hmm. And also because the company friggin' outraged. The talent was all pissed. Rightfully so.
Had a talent mutiny.
They almost had a talent mutiny. But I don't understand.
I still think Cena probably made the call. Said, hey, no.
I think so, too. I think he's just being very unselfish, as John is now. And I mean, but I don't understand. Like, they push this woman to the world, and, like, still, I've never seen someone so ungrateful for everything that she got in the wrestling business.
You were given multiple world titles. You were given the tag titles.
Her and Shayna were the tag team.
You were given a Royal Rumble victory.
And now you want to pull this bullshit.
Like, we all know what she said. Why are you still fucking talking? Do something.
I don't get it. Her last match was the Ring of Honor match with her and Marina Shafir as a team.
Which, from what I hear, was terrible.
If you ask the sickos, it was great. I didn't see the match, but I know that it happened.
I think she's a little peeved that nobody... Have you noticed, like, she goes back and forth. Oh, she doesn't hate WWE as much. Oh, then she absolutely hates him. Like, what is it, Ronda?
It's very bipolar. It's, oh, I love Triple H and Stephanie. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, this company, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about Vince McMahon, and they made me do this bullshit, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, really?
The fact of the matter is her UFC career fell apart.
When she lost to friggin' Holly Holm.
Twice. Just back-to-back fights, and then because she got called out.
Yeah.
She got figured out.
Yep.
It was the same thing with Brock. You know, Brock's big thing was he was size, but then when you had people take the fight to him,
yep,
he folded. That
he did.
So I mean, it's somebody like that. What are you gonna do? You gonna go to another MMA company? I'm sorry, but Mike, you know, big name MMA companies. It's UFC.
Yeah, I mean, I respect Bellator and I respect all of those companies, but it's just like they're not UFC.
They don't have UFC money.
No, not at all.
So if you want that kind of money, you're going to WWE.
You're going to go to the WWE. Like, for real.
And they gave her a shitload of money.
That they did.
And I think she just is still kind of upset because the fans
don't give a shit.
They saw she was fake, and they wanted nothing to do with her.
Like, if you look at her run, Royal Rumble appearance after Asuka won, the WrestleMania match with Ronda and Kurt against Triple H and Stephanie, the Money in the Bank match with Nia, the Alexa Bliss win, going against the likes of Ruby Riott, going against the likes of Charlotte, everybody that was in between that, the Becky Lynch-Charlotte WrestleMania match, and then after that she was done. Then she came back, wins the Royal Rumble, loses to Charlotte, beats Charlotte, loses to Liv Morgan. Her and Shayna win the tag team titles. Her and Shayna feud. That was literally her run. And then she's gone. That was literally it, Ronda. Like your first run, great. Second run, no. And this was the second part of the interview that people raged about. This was her comments about how she says she refused to tap out to Becky Lynch when the idea was pitched. It was proposed that I tap out to her, Becky Lynch's armbar at Survivor Series, and I said, my mother would disown me. Anytime anyone's actually ever armbarred me in real life, I just let them dislocate it and I limp arm out. That's why my ligaments are all fucked up in this arm, so I'm not going to do it. Anytime anyone ever choked me out in competition, I just went out and I don't tap. I don't tap, motherfucker. That's how it is. You do realize this is a fucking work, Rhonda. You ever notice how a lot of MMA stars, when they come into wrestling, like, they have to learn that it's a work? And, like, you know, you're not, like, supposed to be, like, getting your arm broken for real, for real?
Rajah Jackson says what?
Oh, God! What are your thoughts about the fact that she's like, yeah, break my arm, bitch. You know, I'll limp out. It's okay. I would not tap out to the armbar. What are you thinking? Go ahead.
It's a fucking business. Like,
It's a work. It's a business.
Ken Shamrock learned.
Oh, Ken. Well, it took Ken like a couple months, but he learned.
He learned it real quick
Yeah.
because he pissed off Vader.
Because you don't piss off. He pissed off Vader. He pissed off a lot of people. And then Ken's like, oh, I get it now. Okay. Then Ken was
Like,
fine.
you don't have to hit people so damn hard.
Like Ken and it's Vader. You don't want to hit Vader so goddamn hard. Vader can take it and he'll dish it right back to you, bro.
Look at him versus Stan Hansen.
The eyeball out of his fucking head. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, Ken learned real quick. Everybody else, cool. Oh God, Rhonda pisses me the fuck off so much, bro. Like she does. Like I cannot believe how ungrateful this woman is.
See, I think also part of it is she's a little salty that fans really aren't clamoring for her to come back.
Yeah, nobody wants you back. Nobody wants you back.
Like you don't see it on Reddit or X saying, "Hey, we want Ronda back."
I mean, she got a decent pop, like we mentioned the Marina Shafir tag match she had in Ring of Honor. She got a decent pop, but she wasn't going to go to AEW. She just wanted to do it to wrestle with Marina.
I think if Tony offered her enough money, she would do it in a fucking heartbeat.
Oh God, we get to see Ronda Rousey and Tony Storm and Ronda Rousey and Mercedes Moné. Good God. Don't give me
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Nice.
But you got the
Oh,
just I can't deal with this bitch.
I don't understand her. Like, they're giving you buttloads of money, and here's MJF with the perfect response, by the way. So MJF responded to this whole thing with Ronda, and he made a post, right, on his Twitter. And MJF wrote, imagine if Anthony Bennett did a podcast criticizing the NBA and its players. Imagine if John Gautner did a podcast criticizing the MLB and its players. Would you take their opinions into account? Wrestling fans, I urge you. I know it's hard for you. Stop being dumb. Thanks. And he wrote this wasn't about Bully Ray, by the way. He was referring to Ronda. Your thoughts on the one, the only Mr. MJF?
He's right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that he had to say, this isn't about Bully Ray, by
the way. But I'm saying, like, if MJF gets it, people will shit on MJF, but he gets it. He's not stupid.
He chose chaos with that line.
He did.
I'm sure he probably was next to his now wife and said, hey, she's probably like, Max, don't. And he probably just says, too late. YOLO.
So from Ronda Rousey to Triple H and AAA, because next week we do have AAA When Worlds Collide, and we'll run down the card and we'll do a review of it next week. But here is what the new thing with AAA, right? So they talked about the creative structure. So the new AAA creative structure has Paul Levesque at the top with his main creative support being Jeremy Borash, The Undertaker, Conan, and Dorian Ralden, who is the man behind AAA as well. The key producers for the brand are now Matt Bloom, Pete Dunne, Chavo Guerrero Jr., Moody Jack, Savio Vega, Lindsay Dorado, and one other person. There is some input from Shawn Michaels to Levesque, but it was said that while he's been at shows, he's not really involved because he's so heavily invested in NXT. And I got to tell you, that's a hell of a creative structure for AAA.
And Undertaker, though.
The Undertaker!
Okay.
All right. I mean, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He is a smart son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, but like,
The Undertaker booking Lucha Libre.
I would pay good money to see Undertaker hit a Hurricane Rana.
Oh God, that would. Well, I mean, he does have some athleticism with what we have seen in the past. But your thoughts on like Savio makes sense. Moody Jack also makes sense because Conan makes sense. Moody Jack was very big in AAA as well. Pete Dunne. Your thoughts on Pete?
Big fan of Peter Dune.
Big fan of Peter Dean too, but him as a producer as opposed to him actually wrestling.
Not saying he's El Grande Americano.
Not saying that at all.
Which, hear me out, we need a stable of El Grande Americanos.
Oh, dude, we definitely have to. After everything, yes. Oh, my goodness.
Like, seriously, like, there may or may not be 4 of them.
There may or may not be 4 of them, yes.
But hear me out, a fatal 4-way for El Grande Americano.
Whew.
Do a mask versus mask elimination.
Oh, my goodness gracious, yes. I would totally be for that. The other thing I did want to bring up is, what do you think about John Cena's retirement match in December will take place in Washington, D.C., and it's now not going to be in his hometown of Boston, Massachusetts?
Watch it be in the fucking White House lawn.
Oh, God, no. Don't even talk like that. I mean, I guess if Washington outbidded his hometown of Boston, you got to do what you got to do, but it would only make sense
It's all about the money.
money. But it would make sense if it was Boston because, hello, it's some town. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
But, like, who?
Gunther? I'm still going Gunther if he's back in time. I don't know, man.
I just had a thought.
All right, who is it? Who you going with?
What one of Cena's rivals is from Washington, D.C.?
I walk low.
Bingo.
So you think we're going to get John Cena versus Batista?
I mean, maybe, but for his last match, no. I think I said this before. I think Gunther would be a good choice.
Yes.
But I kind of want to see Gunther as a babyface.
That would be fun. That would definitely.
Had he not passed, I would have loved to have seen Bray Wyatt and Cena again.
One more time, absolutely. After what we saw at the Firefly Funhouse, hell yeah.
But when you look at who's Seth, I think could be a very entertaining choice.
I agree wholeheartedly on that one as well. But I think just Gunther, just because he retired Bill Goldberg, and that would definitely make sense just because I think him getting that rub definitely works. But I don't know, man. No. Come on, Dom. All right. We'll see.
Hear me out. Cena's last match versus Dom for the Intercontinental title.
The one title he never won. Okay. I think that's a great booking call.
And you have him lose clean.
And put over Dom instead of have him win the title? Okay.
Because think about it. Dom is one of the few people that can turn heel when he's already a heel.
Yeah, because he's just so good and he oozes that charisma.
You know, and realistically, I think you have him hold it. You have Dom win it, and then at WrestleMania next year, you have Dom versus his father, mask versus title.
That is a very Lucha Libre type of booking. I like that. That's cool. I mean, they have so many directions that they could go with it, and we'll touch upon AAA in a second here. But one other thing I wanted to mention with Triple H is
real quick, I don't know if you did see it, but there was an interview with Kurt Angle.
What did Kurt Angle say?
Because there were fans saying, "Hey, it should be Kurt Angle." Kurt said, I'm honored. He says, "I wish I could do it, but my body can't."
We'll talk about SmackDown here now really quickly then before we get it. Okay. John Cena and Sami Zayn before it got ruined by Brock Lesnar. Oh, my God. Brock Lesnar. It was. Brock Lesnar F5'd them afterwards, and it was a no contest. But John Cena pulled out an ankle lock. He pulled out the angle slam. He did a pop-up power bomb. He did a spear. He almost did an RKO.
He did the Edge version of the spear.
The Edge version of the spear, yes. He did everything out the fucking wazoo. Oh, my God. What were your thoughts on all the moves he did? He did the Kevin Owens. He did Kurt Angle. He did Edge. He did, like, everything that really
Cope!
Cope! He did the GTS in Chicago. Are you
kind of hoping? I mean, he's got a couple matches left, but hit a pedigree.
Oh, well, we got the Angels wing, so we got to get a pedigree next.
And also, give me a fucking tombstone.
I like your style. Do you like the fact that he's just doing everybody's moves to honor them since he knows he's not? Yeah, that's cool. It's a nice touch. But him and Sammy this week was fucking awesome. Like, Jesus, like, what was better, this one or the one from 2015? Before Sammy got hurt, of course.
So I think, honestly, this one, just because you knew it was the last time.
Yeah, they had to go balls to the wall.
I mean, Sammy getting booed?
In Chicago. It's like friggin', it's role reversal. It's opposite land because John Cena used to get booed the shit out of Chicago, and everybody's loving it because it's his final time, and Sami Zayn getting booed because it's Cena. They want to see Cena one more time, so, you know.
It's like, you knew this shit was coming because they spoiled this, what was that, fucking, like, beginning of the week.
Yeah, PW Insider reported that John Cena and Sami Zayn were going to open up SmackDown. It was going to lead to a match.
I mean, it wasn't the only thing that got spoiled this week.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in uno momento. Because I'll be honest, SmackDown this week was not bad, but the two things were if you guys really want to see SmackDown this week, watch the opener and watch the main event. That's all you need to know.
Main event segment, yeah.
Main event segment, yeah. So the one thing I do have to mention as well about Triple H, and we mentioned the AAA booking, but as far as the Raw booking, per WrestleVotes, WWE Raw is set to begin at 7 p.m. Eastern on September 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. This decision was made a while ago as WWE and Netflix want to see how the show performs with an earlier start time against Monday Night Football. Very smart.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a genius idea. You from like 7 to 9 would work.
7 to 9, yeah. I mean, well, they've been on with the friggin' international shows. They start in the friggin' afternoon. So, I mean, it works. It works better for everybody. And I mean, the other thing that I will mention as well, before we get to what we think about SmackDown and AAA and where Worlds Collide, we do have one more final thing from Dave Meltzer. And he would say, some people are going to WWE as the right move, and Blake Monroe and Jeff Cobb, I'm not sure about those two. It's not looking to me when I see how these two have been doing. I know that Cobb didn't want to go to I didn't know Cobb that didn't want to go to AEW, but it's the only other choice. But you never know how he would do in AEW because so many guys there, there's so much talent that some guys are on the bench, but it's hard for me to believe that he would do worse in AEW. And I kind of thought that even going there because a guy with his talent is more suited for AEW, I actually would have thought Blake's talent is more suited for WWE, and maybe in the long run it will be, but she's not getting that she had a great storyline in AEW, and here they're trying to give her a great storyline, and it ain't great, that's for sure. So that was his comments on Blake Monroe and Jeff Cobb, a.k.a. JC Mateo. Dave, JC Mateo is a part of the MFT, which is run roughshod over SmackDown, and it looks like they're going to be doing the MFT against the Wyatts soon. And also they were feuding with friggin' Sami Zayn and all them. They've been featured prominently. Blake Monroe just beat Jordan Grace at NXT Heatwave and is featured prominently on NXT in a feud with Jordan Grace, who is one of the top female stars on their roster. She is in a prominent feud. What the fuck are we talking about?
You know what? On top of that, Maggle,
He is.
she's been in WWE for a cup of coffee.
She's only been here for like a month or two now? Like 2 or 3 months?
This is her first feud. Like,
Give it a rest.
just shut the fuck up, you fucking nerd.
God. Oh, what a fucking nerd. Just shut the fuck up, Dave.
Shut the fuck up,
What?
David.
So we go to When Worlds Collide. Now we're going to be the three of us are going to be reviewing this next week. So are you ready for what this card is going to be? So next week we have 6 matches. The only match that was announced was Vikingo and Dominic for the AAA Mega Championship, which we knew. But here is the rest of that card. And they announced it in a commercial on SmackDown this week. So it is Pagano and Psycho Clown against the New Day for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. It is Fabi Apache against Natalia in a singles match to determine the number one contender for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship. The winner will face Flamer. The Judgment Days, Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez will take on Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana in a mixed tag team match. So, yes, we will probably get the return of Demonito. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. defends the Latin American Championship in a fatal four-way match against Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough. And in a Lucha Showcase 8-man tag team match, La Parca, Mascarita Sagrada, Nino Hamburguosa, and Octagon Jr. will take on the Latino World Order's Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, Lince Dorado, and their tag team partner, Mini Abismo Negro. That is a stacked card.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Give me Microman versus Omos.
You're still stuck on that from the Battle Royal. I mean, I think that would be a great match. I really do, just for the fun size of it. But I think what you have with this card, I'm going to tell you right now.
The fun size of it.
Fun size. I think with Natalia, why? Again, we've said this so many times on the show, but why can't we get this Natalia on the main roster? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see her beat Fabi. And I think Fabi against Flamer would be great, but Flamer and Natalia, we saw that with the triple threat at the last show.
Give me the natty that just fucks people up.
That's what I'm here for, man. And I mean, they have a nice little feud going with Finn Balor and Mr. Iguana with the Demonito and Laesca, and you got Roxanne in there with Lola Vice, and they're pushing Lola Vice to the moon. I mean,
to the moon.
We miss you, Cameron Grimes. Do you like the fact that the New Day, who are just pretty much done a funeral for the tag titles, are pretty much like, you know what? We're going to go for the AAA tag titles. I don't see them beating Pagano and Psycho Clown.
No.
No, and I mean, you got Dominic. There's talk that AJ Styles might be getting involved again. If you do something, I'd love to see AJ dressed as Real Grande Americano because there's so many of them, and he just screws Dominic again.
Yep.
I mean,
and then takes the mask off.
And it's AJ Styles. Yes. I mean, guys, it's a stack card next week. I mean, it's going to be airing right after SmackDown at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the YouTube channel next Friday. So it'll probably go to midnight. Are you going to definitely be tuning in on the YouTube channel after SmackDown?
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. As you all should, because it's made it better in a way. Because do you see how many numbers they've been getting in the millions ever since they started doing that? Like, this has been so beneficial for them.
You know, and honestly, it exposes Lucha Libre to a bigger audience, be it
Right.
WWE, be it AEW, whatever. It gets it out there. And it goes beyond AAA. It can work. We can do well for CMLL, other companies.
It does, and I think that's the greatest part of it. And I mean, you guys mentioned it in your Forbidden Door review on the Kicking It with the TSK. That's our cheap plug number 1. Link will be in the description down below. You guys even said it's like the Forbidden Door concept that Tony's doing. It's like most of the people that you got from New Japan are signed to AEW now. Like, it's great to bring in the guys like Zack Sabre Jr. and Hiromu Takahashi, but New Japan doesn't really have a lot of people. They're mostly all signed to AEW now.
Or WWE.
Or WWE, or TNA, whatever. But, and the CMLL people, you're not really focusing on. Like, you could have Mystico, because he's got a thing with MJF, but you didn't see any CMLL people.
Yeah, where was Sloppy Sin
Sloppy, Jesus.
And like I said on, the Kicking It with the TSK show, which y'all should be watching that anyway, Cheap Pop numero 2.
Yep.
The time has come for Tony to open that Forbidden Door just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It essentially was an AEW show. Like, yeah, you had the IWGP title. Great.
Woo!
Really? Who? CMLL World title? No.
No?
Now, is it time to set aside the petty bullshit with WWE? Yeah.
Yes.
You can't tell me that Nick Khan and Triple H wouldn't be like, hey, we'll do something.
But it's not going to happen because Tony is going to Tony and WWE is going to
WWE.
So it's such an interesting dynamic. And speaking of dynamic, the one other thing that I will mention, because I don't know if you saw this on AEW Collision, Oh God, I cannot believe we're doing this. It reminds me of Sin Cara Azul, the sloppy Sin Cara against Sin Cara Negra, who was member Hunico, and then Hunico would then go on to beat Sin Cara, and then you had Sin Cara and Kalisto as Lucha Dragons.
Yep.
Oh God. So they're doing this thing with
What happened to Hunico? I know he got released. Does he?
Hunico?
Yeah.
I have no idea. So they debuted this character who's going after Hologram now on Collision, and they signed a wrestler from, I believe this is CMLL and AAA. So Erez, he's going to be playing the role of El Clone, the rival of Hologram, giving Hologram his first major feud. This just came out of nowhere. So this gentleman, they said what may have caused them to pull the trigger was that WWE, contacted Erez and wanted him to come back to AAA. He let AEW know about the offer and that if they didn't bring him soon, he would sign with WWE. So AEW did make an offer that was better than the WWE offer, and he signed. So look at this guy. Look at this photo. Here's Erez, Daniel. There's Erez, and here is what his El Clone gimmick is. This one right here. This is the gimmick that's going after Hologram. So Hologram's going to have his first feud with this gentleman because he didn't go to WWE and AEW made him a better offer. What do you think? El Clone. Come on, Daniel.
The fucking red lights.
Yep. Error. This is Hologram's big feud. 30-0 Hologram. Your thoughts? Anything? Nope.
Whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? It's a collision feud. It's literally a collision feud, Daniel. It's a collision feud. Tony. He spends all this I'm gonna get a raise. Fuck you, WWE. You can have him. I will. I'll pay you. Speaking of people,
and Raz will be sitting in catering within 6 months.
Yep. Because after this feud, we got nothing for you. So, speaking of something that we got for you, she's back, AJ Lee. So, the amount, this friggin' across all social media, the millions of views, people have
millions
of views. People have been checking this return out. Becky Lynch comes out, runs down the Chicago crowd. CM Punk comes out, says, I won't hit a lady, but I know someone who will. This woman got the pop of a lifetime. When Let's Light It Up started and it hit, she nailed the mannerisms. She looks amazing. She has not lost a step, and she just went out there blaze of glory. I loved it, dude.
Oh, dude, same. And you could see the admiration, the love that Punk has for his wife, you know, and it's like you could tell he was so fucking proud of her. And I'm sure she was, and she'd even said in the video that WWE had posted, she was nervous.
Yeah, she was nervous.
I'm sure you have those moments, and it wasn't like where Punk was in AEW. AJ hasn't done anything.
No.
Like she hasn't, worked in another wrestling company. And I'm sure there's that, those nerves that are saying, like, are they going to remember me?
I mean, to go on to your point, I mean, she did do behind-the-scenes stuff for WoW, and she did behind-the-scenes stuff for Heels. Yeah. But my thing with her is, like, she's mostly been doing her mental health advocate stuff, which is awesome. She's done a lot of great work for mental health.
Absolutely.
Love it. But she hasn't wrestled. Her last match in WWE was WrestleMania 31, her and Paige against the Bella Twins. And then that was it for her because she left a year after Punk left and quit. Excuse me. And how crazy is it, Dan? And I'll say this to you, that September 5th, 2025 was the day that she came back, and September 5th, 2021 was CM Punk's return to the ring against Darby Allin at All Out. How crazy is that?
Really?
Yeah. September 5th, 2021. That was CM Punk's first in-ring match
4
back.
years to the day.
Yes. And then she comes back to WWE on September 5th, 2025.
Now, if only it was the same arena.
Oh, my God. But that's the thing. Like 2 years ago, Punk comes back, and 2 years later, here comes AJ Lee. And I've said this, and people have said it. I'll say it here. Tony, you could have had this. You could have had this, but you fucked it up. Big time.
Real glass.
Cry me a river. And everybody's saying, thank you,
now,
Jack.
where the fuck has he been?
Yeah, Jack Perry ain't even around, bro. Like, you hear he's coming back. He's coming back. Ain't no Jack Perry. fucking the Young Bucks are doing Young Buck stuff, which is funny. I will give them that. But again, imagine if Punk and brought AJ Lee to AEW, they could have had this, but Tony had the Tony. And now Triple H, if you saw,
I was in fear for my life.
And if you, for those that didn't see the video, it's probably one of the most wholesome things. And you'll see screenshots of it here in this portion of the show. AJ Lee is wearing her hoodie. Triple H is shaking her hand, and she's like, "You got me for you can't get rid of me now." And he pretty much said, "Thank you for trusting us." That was the most wholesome video ever, dude. Like, you could tell she was so happy. Like you mentioned, she was nervous, but she was so happy to be back. She was just just such admiration. It was wonderful. It was really, the whole thing was wonderful.
Oh yeah, I still keep going back to that image of Punk just smiling up at her, like,
Yeah, she's back.
he's proud of her.
Yeah, she looked like she wanted to cry when she came out. You look like she wanted to cry.
And there was a part of them. I can't imagine how hard it was for Becky to stay in character
Yes.
and not to be like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, and did you see the fucking idiots that were going at? All right, we'll talk about some of the reactions here. But did you see the idiots that were going out? How is Becky Lynch, who's taller than AJ, like gonna friggin' sell this for her because AJ's so short? Like, people, it's a work. Like, why are we really doing this?
Not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal. And also, the character, she's crazy. Like, hello, don't call her crazy. Like, she's crazy. Oh God, these idiots. But my point being here too, as well, is like when you're going after a girl like Minnie Portable who cried. And she had that genuine emotion. A lot of these female wrestling fans are crying, like, because you have to understand, folks, a lot of these girls were inspired by AJ Lee. Like, when you think of the trailblazers of what we saw with the women's evolution, she doesn't get enough credit. AJ Lee. People always talk about the Bellas because the Bella twins give Divas a chance. But when you think of that movement, AJ Lee was right in the precipice of that. She was different. She didn't like the traditional diva. She was the girl that wore the friggin', like we saw there, the Chuck Taylors, the short jeans, the short top. Like, she didn't look like the typical diva. She looked like AJ Lee. And that's
like every other person that you went to high school with.
Right. And she was cool. She was the nerd that liked to play video games and watch wrestling. You can relate to her.
Now, you talk about reactions. The best reaction, in my personal opinion, was Naomi.
Yep.
She watches the video and she says, "Big Jim sleeping outside with the fleas tonight. Wrong timing, Big Jim. Wrong timing."
I will be putting that image in here. Naomi crashed the fuck out, and it was awesome, and I loved it. She was so happy. Everybody crashed out. Everybody was happy. They lost their shit. And here's some of the reactions here. So you have Ava, NXT GM said, "Big day for 10-year-old Ava. Mommy's home," from Roxanne. "Those SmackDown newbies don't deserve to share a locker room with AJ. If I was there, I would throw them heifers bags in the hallway." Naomi. Zelina Vega with the sad crying face. And Brie Cota, a.k.a. Elena Black, all is right in the world. You'll see more screenshots here from the likes of Tasha Steelz and so many in this portion of the show. Wrestling. Kiera Hogan. Oh, man. Everybody was just so happy. And a lot of people are saying this is the best women's wrestling return in WWE history. I got to tell you, I kind of gotta say it is.
Kind of beats out Becky Lynch's return.
And I like Becky Lynch, but yeah, like at WrestleMania,
she's kind of on my shit list right now.
I know. But it's one of those things, man. I was so happy. We're all happy. Now the matches we're gonna get, AJ and Becky Lynch, I could say, for the women's Intercontinental title. We got to get AJ and Roxanne Perez. We got to get AJ in there with pretty much anybody. AJ and Julia, AJ and
Rhea,
AJ and Rhea, AJ and Charlotte, AJ and Alexa Bliss. AJ and, you know what would be cool? AJ and Bailey, because her and Bailey, when they first wrestled, that was the start of the hugger character when she was in NXT. Bailey now against AJ, oh my God.
AJ and Nikki Cross.
That would be sweet. I like that. The two goth type characters and whatnot, and them going together.
Now, I gotta wonder.
Yes.
With AJ back.
Yes.
How far behind is Paige?
Well, Saraya is definitely going to be coming back. Okay, if we get Saraya now against AJ Lee, I mean, their feud in 2014, I did enjoy it because we got a little bit more of a heel side of Paige and a more babyface side of AJ Lee, and it worked perfectly. So them where they were 11 years ago to where they both are now, and you get a in shape Paige who's more refreshed and who's more motivated than what she was doing in AEW, I'm for it.
Oh yeah, like I would be shocked if by this time next year Paige isn't in WWE again.
Do you think it's a case of the landscape of the fact that Vince McMahon is also not there anymore as a plus for all these?
I think a lot has changed. You know, I don't know. It feels different.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know.
For me, I mean, seeing that video, seeing all the women that are coming back, it's one of the things that it makes you feel good because, again, we've seen past of like, you know, focusing more on the eye candy stuff, and some people still like that, and that's fine, but things have changed.
Yes.
I guess. And we love it too because we love beautiful women, but there's more to it. It's more what the package and what checks the boxes. And this right here, seeing this photo with Triple H and AJ Lee, which a lot of people thought we'd never see again, much like we never see him and CM Punk take a photo. It's a business. People evolve, people grow, and people adapt as people. I mean, let's remember here, Dan, last time AJ Lee was in WWE in 2015, her last match, she was 28. She's 38 now. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
And she still looks great. So
she hasn't aged a day.
No, and I mean, you could tell, like, I mean, she was probably still pissed at what happened with Punk at the time when she did what she did. She fulfilled her obligations, and obviously she had neck issues, but you could tell there was still some tension there back in 2014.
It was awkward. Like,
it was awkward because they're chanting for her husband while she's wrestling.
Not only that, but like realistically, you know, eventually what Vince would have punished her for what Punk did.
Well, I mean, dare I even say having her lose in seconds to Nikki Bella, for God's sake, and Nikki Bella being the longest reigning Divas champion, which was bullshit. Oh, man.
Here's the thing, is she retired after Mania 31, right?
Yep, that was the last match. Her and Paige against the Bellas.
I mean, to say, oh, Vince would have never punished her.
Yes, he would.
Hello, curtain call.
That too, yeah.
How many years did it take Triple H to get out of that?
Oof. About 2. Because 99 is when he got the big run.
But you had him in a fucking hog pen match? You can't tell me that wasn't punishment.
No, he lost to Duke the Dumpster Droese. He lost to friggin' Henry Godwin in the hog pen. He lost to all the big guys. He lost to the Warrior. He lost to everybody. Like, he did what he did. He got punished and he took it on the chin. I think when you look at something like AJ Lee, and I'll say this right now because I mentioned her name, do you want to see AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella in 2025? No, I'm good. That's going
to be a no for me, dog.
That's going to be a Nikki Bella, you can go away, please. That's why when I was watching Raw and Nikki and her and Io were having that interaction backstage, and she's like, I hope you get another shot at Becky. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we really don't.
No, we're good.
We're good. After what we saw at there, we're good. We're good.
How about no?
Ew. But we will say yes to CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, who sold this perfectly, by the way. They did so great. Seth falling over the barricade. It was hilarious.
And then Punk skipping along with his wife.
That was awesome. Did you see he also gave the finger to Seth? It was perfect. The whole segment was perfect.
And you had AJ with the title. So
AJ Lee and Becky Lynch, Women's Intercontinental title. Let's go. How excited would you be if WrestleMania closes with AJ as the Women's Intercontinental Champion and CM Punk as the World Champion?
Yeah.
That they have so many ways they could go with this to WrestleMania, and I'm even excited for it. And the other thing I will mention, because we mentioned it earlier, and you kind of took a little thing at it before we go into the ending of the show here. Usos back together. Jimmy saving Jay against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker at the end of Monday Night Raw. Your thoughts on the Usos coming back together? It looks like we're going to get a tag team match playa going towards WrestlePalooza. I know they took the title off of them, and then it's kind of been meh.
Way too fucking soon.
Yeah. And do you like that the Usos are coming back together again? Because they really haven't been doing nothing with Jimmy except for the Jacob Fatu stuff with Solo, and now they're bringing the Usos back together.
I'm telling you now, I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
We're getting Bloodline versus MFTs in War Games.
I don't mind it. I know it's going to be good, but it's just like, oof. Are you kind of bloodlined out? Yeah.
I'm cool with anything Sami Zayn, which I don't know if you saw it, but there was a report that said that this U.S. title run that Sami is on is kind of testing the waters to see how he does as the top dog. And that right now he's a front runner to win the Royal Rumble.
That would be sweet. That would be totally fucking awesome.
Which, as you know, with Cody out for however long he's going to be out,
yes,
Sami Zayn's the top champion on SmackDown.
That he is. That he is.
And I don't know if he caught it, but it's looking like Carmelo Hayes and The Miz are going to be doing something.
I like that. I think if you have Carmelo Hayes and The Miz, I don't see them going against the Wyatt Six and beating them. I can see them going against each other, which I'm
That's
fine
what I'm
with.
saying.
Yeah.
And I think Melo's going to be the face in that one.
Well, he has to because Miz is so great. I've always said this about Miz's career. He was terrible as a babyface. As a heel, he's great. As a babyface, not so much.
His last babyface run was good.
With him and R-Truth, oh yeah, that was fun.
And the reason I say that when he is himself, his authentic self,
yeah,
that works.
It does.
Pandering to the crowd,
no.
But honestly, and if we ever got a forbidden door, between AEW and WWE, you have to have Miz versus MJF.
It's only fitting, dude. It's really only fitting.
Like the two of them, like very similar styles, but Miz, if you let him off the chain, he can be one of your best heels.
Oof. I mean, that's the thing too. He's so good at whatever he does. He's just such an asset when it comes to the WWE. And I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go. The only thing I will say on SmackDown that I was kind of meh with, Julia and Michin, it was fine, but like you knew Julia was winning. But it's like, who the hell do you have her face now for the Intercontinental Champion, the United States Champion?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I can see where they're going with Charlotte and Alexa. Like, Charlotte and Alexa against Chelsea Green and Alba Fire.
Get it right.
Chelsea Green is going to be sweet. Like, I'm for that. And also because Piper Niven, unfortunately, is not medically cleared. But it works. It works. Like, that you have unlocked. But the problem is...
Do we know what's going on with her?
It might have been a concussion. I don't know. I could be wrong. I forgot. That's what I'm thinking. But, like, dude, like, Julia... And I love Julia. But... the Kiana James thing is cool. I like Kiana, even though she lost in 5 seconds last week. I don't know. I really don't know who they're going to go with Julia now. They did the Mia Yim thing. They did. Oh God, who's the other one? Zelina Vega. But now it's like whatever. We'll see what they're going to do. But hey, man, that was pretty much SmackDown, and we pretty much gave you the hot news and notes, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the big thing this week was the greatness of AJ Lee's return and the fact that we have everything going on with WrestlePalooza as well as AEW All Out, and also the fact that now they are on the afternoon while WWE is staying at its time of 7 p.m. Daniel, before we do close this out, and we will be back with you next week with Paul, we're going to be doing our review of AAA When Worlds Collide, headlined by Vikingo and Dominic Mysterio. Man, it is a hell of a week for professional wrestling. Let's light it up as AJ Lee's theme song goes. Before we close this out, Daniel, where can we follow you on the social media front? The floor is yours.
Mike's going to put links down below. All the shows I'm in. There's a lot of them. I'm part of a lot of things.
Yes,
And
you are.
many hats. You got to cover up this bald head somehow. Not as many hats as this guy right here.
Whew. Well, I will say this. If you want to check out Dan on Kicking It with the TSK, the link will be in the description below. I'll also put Dan's Instagram as well as the YouTube for the Pile Driver Pundit. How's that looking, Dan?
Looking promising. Doing some new stuff with it.
All right. I can't wait to see it. So YouTube channel is S&M Network Shows, StephenMikeShow.com, LFCFights.com, SM Show 1, MCL92 on the Twitter, Larkin_92, MLarkinMB on the Instagram. Dan and I have Uncaged Season 6 coming up. where our debut episode will feature our boy Moses Marquez as we discuss Bash at the Beach 2000, 25 years later, and we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it back and give you a nice little review ski. The Wrestling Roundtable will be back soon. We're
And it's not a certain WCCW show.
No, it's not an AEWA show. No, it's not the AWA show. That'll be for the finale. We also got the Wrestling Roundtable coming up. Our next show is going to be talking about the life and times and the career of Hulk Hogan. We coming for you.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan. We also got the weekly review with myself, Dan, and Paul, and we will definitely see Paul back next week. We also do have the Steve and Mike Show. We also do have LFC Podcast. We got the Pop Culture History Podcast. We got On the Mic with Mike. We got everything and anything on this fine YouTube channel. So keep your eyes and ears peeled and stay tuned for more great content on this fine YouTube channel. And with that being said, for Daniel Crimmins, my name is Mike Larkin. This concludes another edition of the Weekly Review.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
And let's light it up. Light it tonight. Light it tonight. Let's light it up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
The past is gone. Now is the future.